We're back with yet another reaction. What are we reacting
One
to?
like
Tell
Moses
us.
one.
Alright, shit. Today, we're finna be reacting to Dave Allen, Teaching Your Kid Time. But, as always, before we get into the video, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Right, let's get it.
One of the most important things we as parents do is we teach our children about time.
Yes, we do.
We teach them important things like reading the clock. You actually think that's important? I'm going to teach you to read the clock. I'm going to teach you to read the time.
Read.
Why? Because it's important that you know the time. Why? Because how would you know when to get up to go to school? Mummy would make me. What if Mummy wasn't there? You'd wake me. What if we both weren't there? Wouldn't go to school.
But at what time?
How would you know when breakfast was? I'd be hungry. Shut up! Somebody came along to you and said, "What
Just slowly losing his patience with his child. It's
time
hilarious.
is it?" And you didn't know, you'd feel stupid. Well, why doesn't he feel stupid? He didn't know. Let me go through this whole thing. I'm going to teach you. I did it myself with my son. I'm going to teach you how to read the clock. This is a clock. It's not actually a clock. It is a clock, but it's not a clock. It's a watch. It's called a watch. It's a wristwatch because it's on my wrist. Yes, it's a wristwatch because it's on my wrist.
Like, it's basic shit, man. Like, I love how it just breaks it down.
Can I
Like,
watch it? Yes, it's very good. Now,
wrist or watch
there's-
it.
time is made up of zones, periods of time, all right? There's hours and minute. No, not hours. No, they're not hours. They're hours. They don't belong to us. It's a different spelling. Hours. Not Howards. It's silent. I don't know. Now, on every day, there are 24 hours.
Right, he's like, old school teaching. Like, the baby boomers, they just lose their patience in teaching. Because they just get pissed off at the facts that one's not getting it. Yeah, I notice old school they just don't have the patience to teach like that.
4 of these hours. 12 in the day and 12 in the night. I know I said there are 24 hours in a day. 12 in the day, 12 in the night. But a day is made up of a day and a night. What are you, stupid? I couldn't very well say Monday night. Everybody knows when I say Monday, I'm talking about the 24 hours. Now shut up and listen. Now, on every clock or watch, there are 3 pointers. They're called hands, all right? They point to the hour, all right? You understand that? There's the hour hand. That's the first hand, the hour hand. The second hand is the minute hand, and the third hand is the second hand.
Isn't that going to be a bit confusing for
Shut up! We'll do away. Forget about the third hand. Forget it. It's gone, all right? It's gone. Now we have 2 hands. On the face of the clock, there are 2 hands, all right? There's the hour hand, which is the fat hand, and there's the thin hand, which is the minute hand. So you have a fat hand and a thin hand, all right? Fat hand, hours, thin hand, minutes. Right. Now, up the top of the clock, you see the number up there, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is 12. It's not 3. It would be 3 if you join them together. We already have a 3 here on the side by itself. We don't need 2 bloody 3s on a clock.
Yeah.
So it's 12. All right? 1 and 2 is 12. So when the fat hand and the thin hand are pointing at the 1 and the 2, it is 12 o'clock in the daytime. Because it would be dark and you wouldn't be able to see it.
He looks like he doesn't have the
Now
patience
the thin hand
to teach.
starts to move away from the fat hand. It likes the fat hand. Yes, it likes the fat hand, But if it wants to tell the time, it has to go away from the fat hand. So it moves away from the fat hand, leaving the fat hand at the 1 and the 2, and then it comes over to the 1 here by itself. You see the 1 to the right of the 1 and the 2? Now, that 1 is 5. Because it is, it's 5. 2 is 10, 3 is 15, 4 is 20, 5 is 25, 6 is a half.
I learned the hard way as well. Yeah, I mean, when you're younger, your brain just can't quite comprehend. But like, you know, more practice and, you know, as you get older, your brain sort of matures a bit into actually understanding the time. I just, you know, did it in 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, you know. So that's how I learned. My mom taught me, you know. So it's funny how you know, he doesn't have the patience to
Because 12 is the whole, so 6 is the half. 7 is 25.
I learned the clock before the actual because there's digital and 24-hour. I learned the actual
2 or 35 past. So now what's actually happening is the thin hand is moving around the clock from the 1 to the 2, which is the 5 and the 10. And while he's doing that, the fat hand is moving slowly away from the 1 and the 2. Yes, because fat hands move slowly, that's right. Fat things waddle away, yes, that's it. And now by the time the fat hand has got around to the 1, which was the 5, when the minute hand was pointing at it, and the 1 has come back right up to the 1 and the 2, it is now what time? It is not 5 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. Because when the thin hand points at it, it's minutes. The fat hand points at it, it's an hour.
He does not have that patience.
Now you be a good boy and learn how to read the clock. I'll buy you a digital watch.
Yeah, you know, I was taught in 5s, you know, how to read the time, you know, the big hand. He calls it fat hand and smart. I don't know anything about that. I know, like, you know, obviously the big hand, and then the small hand is the main time and stuff like that. But yeah, no, as they get older, our brains mature, and you know, we learn how to inevitably tell the time. You know, yeah, but he definitely does not have the patience to teach. He's more like a boomer type. They just get angrier when you don't get it. So when you're like, ooh, they're like, ah. But yeah. But what do you lots think? Did you enjoy the video? You know, did you like it? You know, do you have any more recommendations of, you know, reactions as you do? Put it down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you next time.